You want a Star Citizen ship update? Well, I've got one for you, and a sprint report on some of what Cloud Imperium are working on currently for Alpha 3.15 and beyond. Oh, hang on. Is there a NordVPN ship? No, but you can click the links down below to get NordVPN. I think I'm getting pretty smooth at doing these little ads. The Drake Vulture is moving towards the end of its white box and early grey box phase. With the initial white box art design review complete, they're now fleshing out the interior of the ship to a higher standard. They've kept it true to the original concept. It still has the split deck, dual entry methods into the pilot seat from the rear section, and it's got the classic sketchy Drake side ladder entry. It should be coming together next year alongside the very first iteration of ship-based salvage. So that was something very good to hear. We know that we're getting hand salvage this year, and we're planning to get that later in 3.16, and then next year we're getting ship-based salvage, and obviously the Vulture will be able to make use of that, but will the Reclaimer be able to make use of that? But I'm happy to know that they are expanding out salvage. The Ares Inferno and Iron are entering the end of Grey Box and proceeding into final art. These are size 7 single-seater weapons that just fly around attached to a heavy fighter. They've had to tweak the component access and locations since initial concept, as during development they learnt more about optimizing them for the engine. The entry animation was originally from a different ship, so now that's been tweaked to fit the Ares. The size 7 guns also posed a problem due to their prominent placement next to the cockpit. They wanted to keep them in view, but without obscuring too much with the barrel and VFX. The Gladius hit its gold standard and was actually released in 3.14. There are some minor bug fixes that are coming with 3.15 for that. The Sabre will be gold standard in 3.15, and we might learn more about that at the Digital Citizen Con on the 9th of October. The ship that's closest to completion is the Aegis Redeemer, and it's entering its final phase, so it's just waiting for downstream tech, VFX audio work, and UI support. It's kept its famous nutcracker wings, and they've hardened up some of the smooth edges with angular folds, made adjustments to the tail, and stretched the body to balance proportions and weight distribution. Originally designed as a 3-person dropship gunship hybrid that featured in Squadron 42 in a very minor role, over time the needs for the dropship in Squadron 42 have evolved. The Redeemer wasn't enough, so it was replaced by the Vanguard Hoplite and eventually the Valkyrie. Instead of being left as it was, they decided to upgrade the ship and change its role. They've worked hard to keep its original iconic look while adding beefier components to complement its new 4-crew gunship role. The Redeemer should be with us later in the year. The ship showdown is currently on, and it's the sort of community popularity phase, I suppose, where people were sharing their sort of like creations on ships and tweets about ships to have the most popular ones added to the ship showdown this year. And if you wanted to try and get the Sabre Raven in there, or as some people are doing, the Argo Cargo, then please do. Whatever your favourite ship is that's flyable in game, talk about it, share things about it, go post about it on the Twitters and stuff. We had a sprint report from inside Star Citizen as well. There are 3 new weapons from manufacturer Volt, an Electron SMG that everyone was pretty happy with, so shouldn't take too long to come to fruition, an Electron LMG, whose design could use a bit more work before it's perfect, and a laser sniper rifle that, although made by Volt, won't be electron-based damage. Laser trip mines are progressing well, and although their initial implementation and deployment will be in mission levels or pre-existing structures, they will eventually be purchasable by players. They make the exploration of derelicts a lot more interesting. I hope they're just not going to put them everywhere. That would be annoying, but if they've got a reason to be there, great. New locations will be coming with Orison in Alpha 3.15, Cousin Crow's, a ship and vehicle customization shop, offering a wide variety of ship customization options, including components, room modules, paints, and more. Everything won't be available immediately upon its 3.15 release, and they will be adding more things in future patches, but it looks like it's going to have some functionality in 3.15. The Crusader showroom is also moving through its white box phase. This showroom is going to be open and exposed to the atmosphere outside, so they're making sure the lighting is just right. They're experimenting with displays of color rays for the Moab, Mother of All Bombs, and possibly the cockpit of the Hercules. The lighting team has been working on adding new auxiliary lighting states to various habitation modules throughout the standard system, and even Levski. The graphics team has begun work on a new glass window shader design for buildings when viewed from the outside at night. The UI tech team have been working on a new 3D skeleton and interface to be used by players when they wake up in a hospital, allowing them to properly identify and treat their own wounds as needed. almost similar to the vehicle maintenance services you use to rearm, refuel and repair your ships. This will eventually be implemented on the medical hand scanners used out in the field, so you can scan people and go, oh, they've got a broken bone or whatever. The character team has started concepts for cybernetic arm and leg replacements. They're working on a variety of options from beginner through to advanced, and different sources like government issued, pirate outlander and more. They also showed a variety of clothing options, either exposing the full or partial prosthetic. Boom! That's it for Inside Star Citizen this time, but what do you think? I really want to see some of these prosthetics in-game, and just character customization is really important, and the mortality of characters, if they slowly get more and more damaged and have to have more of themselves replaced, that's pretty cool. But yeah, are you excited to see the Vulture or Ares? What about the Redeemer? Are you looking forward to Alpha 3.15 and the updates to Horizon? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Some people say I shill for NordVPN, but listen to some of these comments that I just made up. I've never felt the love of a woman before, but then I got NordVPN, and that didn't matter. Doctor said I'd never walk again, but then I got NordVPN. Now I've been running marathons. Also, I got robot legs around the same time. They might have helped somewhat too. I was a tone-deaf pirate, but after getting NordVPN, I'm able to play the saxophone. Go on, Zin, try and animate all of this. Click the links below to get NordVPN. It might lead you to a more fulfilling life, but more likely, it will just help protect you from the terrors of the internet. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For September, it's for another Mercury Star Runner. I love that ship. It's a great way to try a huge portion of Star Citizen's gameplay. If you want a chance of winning that, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. If you'd like to further support the channel, be sure to check out that join button underneath my videos. There's also links to my Patreon, which also helps loads as well, direct donations, and just commenting, subscribing, liking, all that sort of jazz goes a huge way to helping the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You take care, and I hope to see you in the verse.